Hello and welcome. Welcome to September 2023. I'm Kathy Bradley here with your angelic messages for September. So take a nice deep cleansing breath. Bring yourself to this time and space. Can you believe we're in fall? It's amazing how time flies. So I'm going to be working with my angelic guidance oracle deck today. And I wanted to play with them and show you how beautiful they are and inspiring. So the first message that the angels wanted to share is about hope. And I'm going to show you the picture about hope, and then I'm going to read it to you. Hope runs eternal. Anticipation of all that is good sets the stage for opportunities to arise. Simply let go of any attachments or expectations and be in a state of receivership. Remain hopefully committed, allowing God to support you in all ways. So, I think a lot of people have moved out of the place of hope. And we start playing these old stories about what's happening. And if you ever listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza, he always talks about the mind and the heart and how we create these states of being. So if we continually keep saying, well, this is how it is, and then we feel this is how it is, guess what? That is what we create. Same place of this is what we have. And so we never move out of that. But if we can change our belief system, our thoughts and our feelings into possible opportunities that can come and support us. And we don't have to dictate exactly how it's done. I think sometimes we get caught up in, oh, we have to create how it's going to occur. No, we don't have to do that. All we have to be is in that resonance, in that space of being open to receive the unlimited, untapped potential that is there for us. If we're in that state of receivership rather than expectation, feel the difference right now. Feel into receivership. What does that feel like? It feels like an allowing, doesn't it? It feels like, imagine your heart opening up and allowing, being in a state of receivership. Whoa, doesn't that feel lovely? Instead of, if you're in that place of expectation, I want you to feel into that for a moment, where you expect something to happen. Do you feel maybe a tension? Like, oh, wait a minute, it hasn't happened. I'm putting it out there, and it hasn't happened. You create a tension within yourself, right? The allowing of the receivership, on the other hand, was an opening. No expectations, just the allowing place. And if you were to connect with your body, you can see the difference. It's kind of like, okay, if I'm in that place of allowing, in that place of receivership, being in that hopeful place of expecting beauty and love, appreciation to be in my life, that feels open and expansive, right? There's no expectations. There's no, well, if I do that, then I get this. That's the old paradigm. We're shifting into the new paradigm, the place of ascension. And that's learning new tools, new techniques that we've never really run through our bodies before. So if you can switch off, well, I've always done it this way, and move into, I wonder what else is possible, into that place of curiosity, right? That's where all these great inventions have been created, where I wonder if, right? So moving into that place of openness and opportunity, see how that feels, and receiving good into your life. There's nothing you need to deserve it. It's being in that place of receivership. It's all your energy. So depending on how you're being, You're thinking, you're feeling. God source who adores you brings you exactly what you're vibrating to. So let's bring that into some beautiful high vibrational frequencies. Now, I love how the stories kind of create this beautiful story for ourselves. Now the next message that we received today is belief. And I'm going to read it to you in a minute. I just love the colors and the images and what I shared. So you have to believe in it to see it. I'm going to say that again. You have to believe it to see it. Total shift again. Typically we've been told, I have to see it to believe it, don't we? Well, look at our breath. Look at the wind. If you didn't have the trees or the grass or the plants, you wouldn't even say it was there, would you? Because you didn't see it. So you have to believe it to see it. Take a moment to see how your beliefs are creating your reality. Often we take on another's belief without seeing if it's true for us. Shift from limiting, lack-filled beliefs to uplifting, expansive beliefs. Change your beliefs, change your life. That's what the newsletter is about this month too. Changing our story. So typically, where do we get these beliefs from? It's usually from our parents, our teachers, our friends, all those around us, priests, all those around us that told us, well, this is what you believe. This is how it is. And so we take it on as our own. And we haven't really done our due diligence to say, does this make sense for me? Right? So believing that you can't swim, for example, because your mom or your dad or somebody told you, oh, you have to be fearful of swimming, you take that belief system on, and guess what happens? You don't go swimming, you don't go in the water, because you're like, oh, you could drown. That's what my mom, my dad, whoever told you. So you see how these belief systems take on a life within us without us even knowing. We don't consciously choose like, oh, I'm going to believe that I can swim or I can't swim, do we? We just assume whatever someone tells us is true, someone that we know and love. So this is a place of coming to see what's true for you. Now, for us to do that, what stops most of us from doing this, shifting our beliefs? Well, one thing is we do what we've always done, right? And when you do what you've always done, you always get what you've always had. So we've created these familiar patterns because we know them. It's kind of like, well, this is what I know, this is what I get, this is where I am. And typically we get to a point where a crisis or something occurs in our life, whether it has to do with our health, our financial stability, a job, a relationship, something that gets you into a place where it's like, this doesn't work anymore. But what if, going into that place of curiosity, what if I don't have to get to that place of crisis, of chaos, of drama? What if in this place right now, I can choose to create a new belief system for myself? I am capable, I am certain, I am confident, I am sovereign. What if we can go into those belief systems and feel into them, and then we create those belief systems? Whatever we think, whatever we feel, we create. So why wouldn't we do that? Well, first of all, there's the fear of the unknown, right? That's a big one. Number one, fear of the unknown. Haven't done that, haven't been there. I don't know how it works. How about we be curious. We say, I wonder if this could work. And second thing that stops us is the time involved. Are you willing to take the time to look at your belief systems, to look at how your thoughts and your feelings have created your life. You are where you are because of your belief systems. So this takes you choosing, I want to reevaluate where I am. Because if you want to know where you are, just look at your circumstances, look at your experiences. And very often, we're given these situations so that we can become aware, so that we can grow, so that we can expand. We're always evolving. But if we put on these blinders and we don't want to see, then we keep spiraling down and down and down, and we get stuck. So if we say, okay, you know what, I'm really worth it. I am worth putting the time in. Rather than watching that Netflix show or going out with someone that I don't really care for, but I just do it because, you know, that I know her and we've been together forever, friends, blah, blah, blah. What if I put myself as a priority, give myself that time to see what are the stories that I've created in my life that limit me in any way? So that would be a belief system of you not believing that you're divine in any way. Because guess what? You are divine. And if you have the belief system that in some way you are flawed, you are, quote, sinful, what do you create? So let's change that. God that created you, you are made in the image and likeness of Source. God doesn't make any mistakes. It's man's belief in judgment. And then we go into the shame and the guilt, the blame, the ego. Then we have to blame somebody. Who am I going to blame? Is it going to be my spouse? Is it going to be people I work with? We quickly go into blame. But if you take the time and you see how you were responsible for what happened, not from a place of judgment, rather from a place of awareness, from a neutral place, you go into that breath. Let's take those nice, deep 3 gentle breaths, bringing yourself into neutrality, breathing in and exhaling. Breathing in and exhaling. And breathing in and exhaling. Now, breathe your eyes open, becoming aware of being in that neutral place of observation. And from that neutral place of observation, maybe something comes to your mind or to your heart where you're not in alignment, where you believe there's a lacking. Take some time this month and maybe just jot that down if you have a journal. From that place of neutral observation, because it's not serving you any longer, it's coming up to be cleared. Feeling into that, jot it down, and then from that place, it's like, oh wow, I didn't realize that I was defensive. I was just doing it to protect myself. But if you can see that you do have everything it takes, then you move into that place of maybe being vulnerable. Where before you thought, well, I didn't want to be vulnerable because then I'd be hurt. But when you put up all those walls around yourself, what are you doing? You're cutting yourself off. So take the time this month, connect with that, learn, do exploration. Self-exploration will create the awareness. And I have a lot of clients, do a lot of coaching, and the first thing when we start doing it, they're like, oh, I don't really want to know about that stuff. Let's focus on the positive. Well, guess what? If we can see where we're out of alignment with an awareness, and I teach how to be in that place of neutrality, in that place of love, then you're willing, you're open to see where it is that you'd like to change, where you'd like to shift. So it's with that place of curiosity, it's that place of self-love or even self-acceptance, if that's where we begin, because we're not in that place of self-love. Most people might even be in that place of loathing themselves, picking on themselves, going on, what's wrong with them. But if you can be in that place of neutrality, without the judgments, without the blame, and then you can see where it started and say, oh, I'm in this present moment. Do I want to continue that story if I'm not good enough? I'm not smart enough, whatever enough, right? Then you get to choose and start creating a new belief system with your thoughts and your feelings. And the last message that I want to share is the card Harmony. Let me read that. Imagine tuning into your internal dial system into a vibrational frequency of unlimited possibilities and well-being. You are in harmony when connected to the infinite source of all that is. All polarized viewpoints are brought into wholeness through acceptance as you realize we are all one. Yes, we are each a unique expression, similar to the different notes of a song, creating a beautiful symphony. Feel the harmonic resonance of the master within. I feel like this creates the ending story, and it's a vibrational frequency. Tuning your internal dial into harmony. How does that feel? Rather than that polarized, I'm right, they're wrong. So making that choice to bring yourself to fine tune and help yourself raise out of those negative, low energetics. So if that means going out in nature, breathing in the fresh air, feeling the sun on your skin, seeing maybe as the leaves begin to change depending on where you are, enjoying the animals and nature, listening to uplifting music, journaling, finding out what is it that you'd like to create in your life. What beautiful possibilities are there for you so that you can start stepping in as the master of your creation. Beautiful. So thank you all so very much. We love you. We hope to see you soon or hear from you. Wishing you blessings. And if anyone's interested in this beautiful oracle deck, it's on my website and it's also going to be on my newsletter. Love you. Blessings. Bye.